pull up this trigger. You don't want to with me, my cracker. Come on, at you like a heart attack. Cause your fucking shit psychotic and you're mad whack. You stupid ass transition cracker. What glorious things are we doing right now on YouTube? We got some snow crab legs that were sent to me by my YouTube fans. And we're gonna cook them up for YouTube. That's what the fuck is up, tubes. We're gonna start by adding some butter to our pan, and then we're going to add a bunch of other ingredients. Hope you're all having a fantastic evening. Cobra is going to make some snow crab legs. One of my YouTube fans sent me some snow crab legs, and I really do appreciate that. And I figured I'd do a food hack, at least one or two more, you know, as many as I can while I'm still here. In the old spots, cube of butter. Although that's not going to be enough butter for our crab legs. I got the fan on the stove turned on to a low when I got the light turned on. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to cook up some delicious snow crab legs. It's going to be delicious. And we've put like lots of butter in there to melt into our pan before we add everything else. That's just fine, YouTube. You know, I'm about to put the whole goddamn stick in there because fuck it. The meat, the crab meat will soak up all the flavor. So who gives a shit? Let's just throw it in there. Greasy as hell. Before we add our seasoning, we're going to put this on the stove. Now here's our butter. We're going to melt that in our pan, get it meltified real quick. I'm going to watch that like a hawk. I don't want to burn it. The stove's not turned on super hot, but it's hot enough. Because we're going to boil these crab legs, snow crab legs in dankness. See, while we're grilling up some crab legs, or boiling them I should say, we're going to crack them with a beer. And the beer we're going to use for our recipe is Bud Light Platinum. Right now I'm just going to take and we're going to spread these 4 big ass chunks of butter in our pan all the way around. We're going to melt the butter real quick before we add everything else. You're going to dip your crab and lobster meat in butter, so why not cook it up in butter? That's what I'm saying, dudes. We're not going to add all the other ingredients until all this butter in our pan is melted. It'll melt when you boil everything anyways, so it doesn't gotta be perfectly melted. But we're gonna get it there to that point before we start adding shit to it. That's melted beautifully. Look at that, excellent. Yikes! Now to our butter we're going to add some garlic powder from McCormick Seasoning. Already got it open. And we're just going to add a little bit of garlic powder to it. That's perfect amount. Don't need any more of that. Right there, look at that, beautiful. I'm going to stir it around. Take that garlic. Now I got the garlic powder and the butter. We're going to stir that around and make ourselves a homemade garlic butter. Oh, that's nice. Stir that around. Now we're going to add some stuff. Some lemon juice. Just a little bit for acidity. That was like half the bottle there, but that's plenty of that nonsense. Got that in there. Nice. Now we're going to add our snow crab. Go ahead and just add the whole goddamn thing in there. And the key to making good snow crab, how do you know when the crab meat is done, when it's redder than 6 days. See, right now it's got a nice, beautiful orange color to it. This is like crab legs you buy at like the grocery stores and like your meat/seafood markets. Kind of just tucked it all in there. So there we go, looking beautiful, YouTube. Alright, on top of our butter. Now we're going to take a close look at that section because we're not done adding liquids to it. Oh, you already know what's going to happen next. We're going to need some beef. Crack open a Bud Light Platinum. We're going to pour it in there. Oh yeah, get in there, son of a bitch. And pour a whole goddamn bottle of that in there. Start off with. But I'm feeling kind of fancy, YouTube, so we're going to add some white wine right here. You could just use whatever white wine, Apothic white, whatever. I happen to grab this Roscato Italia cheap white wine. You know, it don't got to be super fancy to be good. Crack that open. I'm going to pour that white wine on top of our beef and butter. Let's do a little bit to try off camera or on camera. Who cares? Fuck it. A little bit for off camera. Or on camera. I'm going to try it on camera. Look at that. It's not quite full yet. So we need to add some water to it. Got a cup. We got some water jugs right there. So it don't matter. Grab some purified water. And pour a little bit of that purified water into our pan. Part 2, look it up. This right here. Look it up on YouTube, my channel. It's boiling away on them crab legs. Prior to ending part 1, I added a sprinkle more, just a tiny bit more of our garlic salt powder on top. Just kind of went like that real quick. You know what I'm saying? The lid's not open. I'm just demonstrating for you purpose-wise. And I took that fork and I stirred it around in that mixture. Then I took a spoon into the same material as like this fork and right here. And I got it weighing down the crab legs in our mixture as we speak. This pan's just barely big enough to fit all those crab legs. This is snow crab. Here's the lemon juice that I used for the recipe. Didn't really get a good look at that in part 1. I used like half that bottle right there. Right now I got the fan turned on to low. I'm watching like a hawk. If it starts to overboil, then I'll just turn the heat down. Don't let those crab legs slowly boil in that white wine beef mixture that we did in part 1. I have a little bit left in my glass. I tried it off camera. Got a little bit in the glass right there. 1 second. That's a really good white wine for 21 up. It has a really nice white wine consistency and a nice sweetness to it, which I think is going to balance out the saltiness of the garlic powder and the sour of the lemon. But yeah, just kind of periodically check on it. We want these crab shell, the shell on the outside needs to be like red. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know the crab legs are done. Let it boil in that delicious mixture, making some dank crab legs. This is part 2. Part 3, you'll be seeing me plate them up. And part 4, we're gonna let them try them. Let them see how they do. Part 3, he's gonna be plating them, let them cool off. These crab legs just smelling pretty good, yo. I'm not going to add any more garlic powder to the mix because I was sampling the liquid while boiling it up. The lemon was overpowering, so it needed just a pinch more garlic powder to like kind of like even it out a bit, you know what I'm saying? But that was just my personal opinion. You can see the spoon right there holding it down, doing its job. This pan was just a little bit bigger. It could have been no work, but that's all good. It's all good. Check out the snow crabs. When it boiled down to a point where the spoon was exposed, I took it out and put it in the sink. Yeah, we're just gonna let those snow crab legs boil in that mixture until that level goes pretty down nice and low. And look at these dang snow crab legs. Not gonna lie, tubes, it's smelling pretty good. That white wine is a good pairing with the crab meat, because crab meat generally has a sweeter taste to it. It smells good, and all that butter and white wine is gonna seep into the cracks of the crab legs and like taint the meat. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm hoping will happen anyways. And crab legs are kind of a pain in the ass to eat, but I digress. People are like, what the fuck does your meat look like? And I'm like, it's looking fantastic. Here's what's left of that fire mead. There was like about that much left in the wine jar. I just mixed it with a whole bunch of shit and called it a day, man. You know, that crab legs are gonna boil in the buttery wine beer mixture until that liquid gets down pretty low. I mean, like low. And they'll be fully cooked for sure. You're gonna let them cool off, just do their thing. If it smells as good as it tastes, I mean, you know what I'm saying, if it tastes as good as it smells, then it should be just fine. I like red lobster, I like seafood, crab, lobster. I'm not that picky, to be honest. Like, I want the butter to cook all into that crab leg goodness. Snow crab. Look, if you go to Red Lobster, they give you some butter to dunk your crab or your lobster tail in. So, 4 steps ahead of it, my dudes. And if I wanted to make some butter sauce for it, it'd be real easy. Just get like a little bowl and slop some butter in there, melt it in the microwave, pull that out, and you got melted butter to dunk your crab into. Pretty straightforward. You gotta break the shell off the crab to get to the meat. That's the only thing about it, but it is a delicious treat. I'm gonna check it out periodically. That's how I know this, when the spoon started to surface just barely above the liquid. The liquid is slowly boiling off and cooking into the crab legs. That's why I have the fan going. Pretty straightforward shit, my friends. How are these crab legs gonna taste? Honestly, I have no fucking idea. I've only cooked crab a couple times, but you know, I know what to look for when I cook crab, and you see they're starting to. They're not so like orange, you know what I'm saying? They're starting to get like a nice reddish tint to them, like I've been saying in the last couple of videos. It's not going to overcook it, but it is going to soak those crab legs, snow crab legs. That is just rock star delicious, hopefully. No guarantees. Half the time I have no idea how the flavor combo is going to turn out. I just fucking, that's like 98% of my cooking. I just throw it in there. And if it tastes good, cool. If it tastes like, I'm not afraid to say it, because that fiery fish pizza was ridiculous. But right now it just smells like butter in my kitchen, like garlic butter and all kinds of goodness. So all the flavors that I put into that broth while boiling the crab legs should theoretically soak into the cracks between the crab legs and maybe like taint the crab meat. That's the goal anyways. And if I let it just sit there and boil in that shit until like the liquid's legit like that much left in the pan, you know, then we should be theoretically golden. Just gotta watch it and yeah, don't let it overcook. And some of these recipes I come up with, if they're dank enough, I'd host to them at my own personal cocktail party, if you know what I'm saying. Dankest drinks, the most delicious food, and good company. Cheers. And I've been binging on Taco Bell as of recently. Their cantina chicken is quite delicious. But I digress. So I end up eating these for the next couple of days. I'm fine with that, you know what I'm saying, YouTube? Because crab legs are fucking delicious. They're definitely starting to smell like freshly cooked crab legs. I can smell it in the air. It's buttery. It's, oh my god, it's sinful, YouTube. Dude, if they made a fucking scented candle that smelled like the crab legs I'm cooking right now, dude. Like straight out fucking Red Lobster just comes out with the seafood candle right here. Check out those crab legs. Turn that off. Let the burner cool down. The juices have practically gone to the bottom of the pan. There is some perfectly good looking steamed snow crab legs. We'll let this cool off. When the stove is completely cooled off and these crab legs are done steaming, I'm going to rinse them off in cold water and plate them. Because of all that butter, I don't want all that grease from trying to break it open, you know what I'm saying, and get to the crab meat on them legs. It just makes for an unnecessary mess. But we're going to let these crab legs stew in that potion of goodness. We made these delicious snow crab legs. These are looking fantastic. They're not as orange as they were. They're a little bit orange as you can see, but they're redder in color as you can see. Oh yeah, look at that. Let's see if the camera will fog up with the steam again one more time for us. Oh, there it is. Oh yeah, there you go. Snow crab leg.